Hello tennis guys and welcome to my channel. So in this video I will be commenting my match against Jakub, and as you can see I've added the score so you can track the score live and you can follow every single shot and you know what is in the score. So that's something I was really curious to try. It took me some time, but I think it's worth the time, so you really know what's going on in the match. And this is probably the best match I've played with the ARTENGO TR960 16x19 Control Tour tennis racket. So this is the Gael Monfils stick, but with the 16x19 string pattern, and I'm loving the racket so much. I can't get enough of this racket, so that's why I'm focusing the latest content almost only to this racket. So I will be commenting the whole match, which took us about 55 minutes. And you might be wondering, why only 55 minutes whole match? That is too short. But we are playing a club league in the Czech Republic, in České Budějovice, which is South Bohemian biggest city. You can find it on the map. Beautiful, beautiful city. And we are playing in this club which is called LTC Lawn Tennis Club Viton. In the previous years it was called LTC Tonstav, and in 20 years ago it was called Kohinor. So the famous fabric for pencils Kohinor Hartmut is in České Budějovice, and it was the main sponsor 20 years ago, but now we have another sponsor, so the club is named differently. So back to the match, back to the scoring. So we are playing only until 4 games. So the first guy who reaches 4th game wins the set. We are playing on a best of 3s. So if you win, let's say 4, if you reach the 4th game, and in the second set also if you reach the 4th game, it's over. But if the score is 3-3, we are playing tiebreak, and if the score is 1 set all, we are playing a super tiebreak. And the reason why this system is so short, or why the scoring is only until 4 games, is that I'm the oldest guy in this league, by the way. I'm 38 years old, and this young boy is, I believe, 15 or 16. I believe 16 years. So there are mostly these young pistols, and I've talked to the main coach, which is my great friend from the childhood, and I was like, can I help you somehow in this club league? Can I be part of it, and can I, let's say, teach the boys some things? Can I just play with them these, let's say, practice matches, so they can see something that they didn't see until now, because they are playing mostly against 15-16-year-old guys, so they can gain some more experience by playing against adult experienced player like I am. And he was like, okay, yeah, why not, and I'm having so much fun. It makes me connected. It helps me to connect with the younger generation. We are talking to each other during the exchanges. We are sharing each other's experience. And by the way, what I like about these young guys, they are very focused, and they are trying really to listen to the things I'm telling them. So they are not arrogant by far, not at all. And that's what I like. So I can teach something, and at the same time I'm having great fun. So this experience is good not only for them but also for me, because I'm trying to stay in shape. So this is a great exercise. And why we are playing only on 4 games? Because these young pistols, they are training a lot, almost every single day, let's say for 2 hours, and after that they are playing this league. So it is quite demanding. So they can't train 1 day 2 hours and at the same time they can't play a regular long match. So they will get let's say too exhausted, and there will be no energy left for the weekends where the tournaments are happening. So that's why we made this modus. So you can see I'm using the ARTENGO tennis racket, and it is so great. By the way, the racket, if you are new to my channel, is customized. You can check out the customized video on my channel. Just find it somewhere. I will show you the link in the video in the corner. You can click on it and you can play, and you can look at how I customize the racket, and it completely changes the experience, because the stock version of the racket is not that good, to be honest. There is something missing. It is just too light and too hand heavy. But if you add some lead tape on the 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, just few grams, it completely changes the experience, and it boosts and it really emphasizes everything that the racket is capable of. So back to the match. So what is happening in the match? So to be honest, the first set was a quite disaster for me, as you will see. Now it is 2-0 for Jakub, and by the way, we are playing first match with each other. And I want to give you a small advantage, or a small, sorry, not advantage, but advice that will bring you some advantage over your first time opponents. Guys, this is a little bit of secret, but if you're playing match against opponent you never ever hit, never ever, even not a practice match, even not a training, you're just playing first shots with the guy. So during the warm-up, try to play every type of shot on the guy. Try to mix it, sliced shots, topspin shots, different type of shots, long balls, short balls, everything. And try to look at the guy whenever you have time. Look at him, how he moves, what is his best stroke. Try to identify his weaknesses, his strengths, and then you can adjust to it. And I know the warm-up is very short, just let's say 5-10 minutes when we are talking about let's say amateur league. Maybe some people are doing warm-ups a little bit longer, like 10, 15, 20 minutes, so they get into the match in a best way. And you have definitely time to check out your opponent, but don't be static. Just make him a little bit move, even when you're playing in the middle of the court. Just change the pace, change the angles, make him run for the ball. Don't be afraid of doing this. So some people are afraid, they are really hitting on the hand to hit to their opponent. Just they are afraid not to, let's say, make him to run too much during the warm-up. But why not? You are just trying to find what's best for you and what's worst, let's say, for him. So just try this, learn right from the warm-up what is best for you and what will probably work for you during the match, and that is how you can really gain some advantage. So back to the match. So this is a first time with Jakub, and I have to say that the first set, I lost the first set. I can tell you, you can see that I'm losing 2-0, but I knew that there is just a small margin between us. The games were always, let's say, 30-30. There were lots of juice. There were lots of advantages, not only for him but also for me. But I couldn't really play two great rallies after each other. So that is really important in tennis, that you play constantly, not just 1-2 shots great, but you need to win. You need to win when you're playing against an even opponent, a great opponent that is playing on the same level or a little bit maybe better than you. You need to, at the most difficult points, at the most difficult situations, you need to win 2 points in a row. When you don't win 2 points in a row, you basically can't win, because when there are lots of juices, you need to make the first point to the advantage, and then you need to finish the game with the second point, obviously. And that was happening also in this game. There were advantages, lots of 40-40s, and I couldn't somehow play two great points in a row. But I knew that my time will come, because as we know, every single set in tennis is different, and it is really I would say amazing how the psychology in tennis works, because two sets aren't the same in tennis when we are talking about opponents that are on the same level. So the psychology in tennis is always changing, and suddenly when there is end of set, then what's happening? The guy who wins the first set, let's say, he's kind of almost always, he feels the relief. Oh, I won the set. I won the set 7-5 or 7-6. Oh, now I can take break. And that's the biggest mistake. And the guy who loses the set so close, 6-7 or 5-7, he's like, okay, he has won the first set, but I know how to get him. I know that. And he's still pursuing his best. He is still trying his best, and he's getting better and better. And that's exactly what happened in this match. So this is a long game. Guys, look at the score. We are playing this game for I would say 5 minutes now, and it has no end. This is a fifth advantage for Jakub, maybe, and he was also struggling to finish the game, also because he couldn't bring up his best serve. He was really unable to finish the game, but then now he made it, because I screwed my double-handed backhand. It was 3-0 for my opponent, but still I was thinking that it is so close, just few good shots to gain the momentum and to turn the momentum to my favor. So let's focus on a few of the rallies, few of the balls, few of the points. So I'm sorry for the audio that is sometimes missing, or it is almost every time missing at the end of the clip. I don't know why the camera is unable to record, let's say, the last 20 seconds of the clip. There is some error during the recording. So 15 low for me. So there was the mistake that I wasn't able to get to the ball to position myself with feet with feet on the ground, and I was unstable with my body. So guys, my advice, and I'm saying that all the time, tennis is, I know that professional tennis is, let's say, 80% head or psychology, because all the guys are playing almost on the same level. But in amateur tennis, or in this class we are playing, yeah, we are still amateurs. The most important thing are the legs, is the movement. Always. I don't need to talk about professionals, because their movement is basically perfect for most of the players. But on the amateur level, you can have beautiful strokes. You can be very clever, but if you don't move great, if you don't position yourself great, if you're not anticipating the balls great, then you stand no chance. So maybe some of you are struggling to learn tennis properly. Focus on some movement drills. Focus on the split steps. Focus on the returning to the position, to the center of the court. Of course, not all the time you are moving directly to the center. Sometimes you are anticipating the ball, so you are staying more on the left side or more on the right side. You are staying more inside the court. Sometimes you are going more back to the defensive position, and that all makes such a huge difference when you're playing against an even opponent. Nice backhand. I swing the racket really well. This is a good rally. Yeah, so he went to the net a little bit unprepared, and I played let's say basic forehand down to his knees, and he couldn't manage to play it back because he was just unprepared. So guys, when you're attacking the net, at the net, you must be super focused. It's not over when it's not over, so you need to finish the point. So attacking the net is always a risky situation against an experienced player who knows what he has to do. And I'm saying that also to my students, that one of the psychological things in tennis is I'm describing is that as a provoked aggression. So if you're pushing your opponent, you are thinking you are better, but suddenly sometimes the rally goes against you. It changes because you are too much focused on yourself and you are not paying attention to your opponent. So you can lose very easily against a defensive opponent who is just running all over the court like crazy and who is just bringing the balls back, and you are pushing, and the fourth, fifth, sixth ball from you is an unforced error. And I'm saying that this is the provoked aggression, because if you are the one who is pushing your opponent and you are thinking that you are better and you are creating somehow the game, it is not always true, because when you are hitting great angles, long balls, that was nice inside, it was a type of inside out forehand, and if you are pushing your opponent and let's say creating, you are the creator of the game, you are actually creating also the opportunity for your opponent, because when you are opening the court, you are also opening opportunities for your opponent. So that's why I'm I'm telling to my students, don't be afraid. Take a break during the rally by playing some. I'm calling these neutral shots. And what is a neutral shot? A neutral shot is a shot that has no particular damage to your opponent. It is a ordinary shot in the center of the court, rather a longer ball. And this neutral shot is like, for the opponent, is like, okay, now what should I do with the ball? I have opportunity, so probably I need to attack. And with this neutral shot, you are almost always telling your opponent, like, now is your chance, now you need to attack. And the need for the attack creates also a pressure. So a neutral shot can create pressure for your opponent. That is something that not many people think about. So when you are playing a neutral shot and creating possibility for your opponent to attack, you are also creating possibility for your opponent to make an unforced error. And unforced error is the best thing that can happen for you. If your opponent makes an unforced error, his morale, I'm not sure how it is called in English, morale, his confidence, let's say, is going down almost always. And you must be very happy when your opponent makes an unforced error, because this is also an opportunity then for you to take advantage of his mistakes. So easy mistakes in tennis are the most damaging mistakes for your head. So we finished the first set. Jakub has won 4-1. And during the exchange of the sides, I told him, hey Jakub, I need to do something about the score. I don't like that. I need to do something about it. So just to, let's say, have a little bit of a fun, let's say, conversation, just to say something, because not saying anything during the exchange after a set when you're playing with your friend or with a friendly opponent, it feels awkward. So just try to always say something to make the atmosphere a little bit, let's say, relax. And I told him I need to do something about that. And exactly in my head I had also a plan, or I knew that now it is my time, now it is my turn to make the set, to create the opportunity for me and to win the set. And by the way, if you look at the time, so we were playing now for, let's say, 22 minutes, 5 games, 22 minutes. That's almost 4.5 minutes for each game, let's say. That is quite long. So also from this point of view, from the time perspective, this match was very close, although he has won the first set 4-1. But as you saw, the score was almost in every single game was very close, very even. So now 30-15 for me in the first game. And what's also happening for the opponent who has won the first set is that some opponents might get a little bit scared or afraid to finish the sets, and they start to doubt themselves, as you will see in this match, and they will start losing the focus, losing the hunger for the win. Maybe he was also getting a little bit tired, because you know, these young guys, they are always doing something. When they are not training, when they're not practicing tennis, they are doing some physique some exercises also for their for the overall physique, and he can get tired during such a practice match that can be quite intense. And we are playing on clay. The weather was, as you can see, quite nice now, but it was how it is called, overcast. So there were clouds mixed with sun, and the temperatures, guys, the temperatures were, I believe, about maybe 15 degrees Celsius at max. As you can see, I'm playing in the trousers and in this is not a jacket. What is this? The long sleeved, let's say, shirt. And I like that because I need to feel my muscles are let's say protected from the outside cold temperature, and I like feeling warm always. And so that's why I really enjoy playing during the summer when there is a very hot weather. I don't mind that at all. I actually love that very much. So when it's getting colder and colder let's say this is an autumn match, so I need to stay warm. So this was a bad decision, this forehand on long line. Why first point? Why the return, playing right away long line from such a, let's say, difficult position? Not necessary. Wow, that was something. That was the best shot probably of the match. Yeah, and that's when the racket worked very well. But probably when I was playing with uncustomized racket, with the stock version, it would not have been such a great shot, because, you know, the lack of the weight of the racket, the stock version, is kind of limiting the frame. That's such a shame. But I know why did they make such a light racket, even though it's a 305 gram racket, but the balance is more to the hand. It's 315 millimeters, so it is more suitable for the recreational player who wants to feel that sensation that he's playing with, let's say, professional tennis racket, or a racket that is close to the pro stock rackets, but it is actually not. It just looks like, it just somehow feels like. But to make it on the same level like the Het Prestige or the Wilson Pro Staff 97, you need to add the weight, you need to beef up the swing weight. And now the swing weight is about 325, with all the customization, with the overgrip, with the 2 gram Vibra clip from Tecnifibre, which is, by the way, probably the best dampener you can get on the market, because it just stays in place. It never flies off the racket, never, because it has this patented technology, and it stays in the racket because it has the small jaws that bite into this, let's say, into the 2 main strings in the center, and that's why the dampener stays in one place. Good decision to play cross, because he was anticipating that I would play this forehand on his backhand. And that's also something that is super important when you are playing against, somehow who has maybe a better forehand. Don't be afraid in the deciding moments of his forehand, because he knows that he has better forehand, and he will probably anticipate at these situations. Look at that slice. The feel is great. It's really like the Pro Staff rackets or the Het Prestige rackets. It is just great. So guys, don't be afraid to play on the better part of the court during the important decisive moments. What a bad serve. No energy at all. So don't be afraid to hit the ball on the forehand of your opponent when there is this short ball and you are attacking, because these guys, they know their weak spot and they anticipate you will hit them on their weak spot, so they stay more on the one side of the court. So now it is 2-0 for me, 30-15, and I serve. And you can see that Jakub is somehow getting a little bit, he's fading. He's fading from the match. And I could feel that with every shot, that he was maybe so pleased with his performance from the first set that he was thinking that it will go very easily in the second set. But no, I'm a fighter, and in my tennis history, I've played so many matches on on 3 sets, so many, and I believe most of them were like I lost the first set and then I won the 2 sets, because I'm a type of guy who is getting into the match somehow a little bit longer. So I need to, let's say, get through the first set, and when I'm really warmed up, I can play my best. So for me, it is actually the best possible situation is to warm up very well before the match. Not just by, let's say, jogging, but also by playing with someone, as the most pros do. They warm up very well before every single match. They don't play warm up only with their opponent. They're warming up like for many minutes before the match, off the court and also on the court. And then I jump into the match really well, because I'm in that moment, I'm prepared, and I'm in the match, let's say, match condition, and I don't need to warm up myself. So that's why I was many times I lost the first set, and then I turned the next 2 sets for myself. But also what happened is, for every single player, what happened that I many times have won the first set very easily, and then I lost the 2 sets also very easily. I also think I have that was a quite nice, really very important, also very important. So as I remember one match it was in Třeboň, a beautiful city close to the Czech Budějovice, and I played a tournament there, and I believe I was leading first set 5-0, and I lost that set like 7-5 or 7-6, I'm not sure. And it feels impossible, but in tennis it is very, very possible, because you need to play every point. You need to play point after point. So winning 5-0 is actually like, yeah, you are 1 game from winning the set, but you need to win that game. And that's very, very hard if your opponent doesn't want to give up. So I eventually lost this game 2-1 for me, and Jakub was heading to serve, and this situation could have saved him, because having a serve, it's always, or it should be always, advantage. But today it wasn't for Jakub, because his first serve, as you can see, didn't work at all. And why he's not picking up the ball from the first set? The ball is going inside the court, and he's for sure focusing also on the ball inside the court. So always, guys, when you hit the net with the first serve and the ball goes back to the court, always pick up the ball. Do it. Take your time. Don't rush it, because that's a sign. That's a sign that you are unfocused, you are nervous, you don't want to continue the match, you want to be in your locker room, you want to take a shower, you won't break, because if you are rushing, that's always a bad sign, and at the end it will go against you. And many young players are doing that. They are not picking the balls that are laying inside the court, and I hate that. I hate that, because you can also get injured by stepping on the ball, and it happened. It happened with my students during trainings. They stepped up on balls that were lying inside the court, and they broke their ankles. It was horrible. It was just horrible. So I'm always telling my students, oh, what a bad serve, also without energy. So I'm always telling my students, pick up the balls that are lying inside the court, that are distracting you, and they are dangerous for you. So I know there is a very small probability to step on the ball or to hit the ball with the actual ball during the rally, but it can happen, and it happened. And also I as an opponent, I'm so nasty that when I see that my opponent didn't pick up the ball that is lying inside the court, I'm almost always trying to hit the ball or play on the ball to make him run and get distracted by the ball, to make him play the rally very close to the ball he left on the court, because I don't like that, and I'm like, okay, you left the ball inside the court, so now you will step on it and I will win, because it was your mistake, and I will take my opportunity to win the point by doing this. I know it might sound nasty, but it is your fault, not mine. So I'm not responsible for your bad decisions. So yeah, that's it. Sometimes you need to be, let's say, cruel, and you need to show your opponent that this is not the way he should also behave, because to be honest, when you leave a ball inside the court, it is also distracting. It is also distracting your opponent. But for me, it's not really a distraction, it's an opportunity. So yeah, young pistols are doing that all the time. They need to learn lessons from that. So once again, second serve. That was the type of neutral, let's say, a return. Once again, a neutral shot. Nothing from me special. But as you can see, Jakub has become really slow, and I don't really see his split steps are not there, and he feels tired. He feels really tired. So 3-1 for me. So in this moment, I knew for sure, almost for sure, that we are going to play a super tiebreak, because I'm serving and I'm taking my opportunities. I know my opponent is getting slower, weaker, so I knew that we are heading to the champions tiebreak or the super tiebreak. So you can see he's hitting frames, he's not hitting inside, he's not hitting correctly the ball, and that's always sign of the fact that he might get tired, unfocused, and that is something you should always take advantage of and play your best until the last point. So don't focus on the tiebreak right now. Don't focus, just focus to finish the point, finish the match, and get better and better, and prepare your strategy for the tiebreak, and always learn from your shots for the future progress of the match. So the backhand long line was great for me. It has speed, length. It was really great, and by creating these situations, you are really let's say that was unnecessary double fault, but at this point 40 law, it is not let's say such a big deal, but okay, it hurts. It should not have happened. So when you are taking the lead, just try to maybe push your opponent a little bit more. Try to hit long lines, more, because the long lines are most of the time during these matches are the most important shots that make the biggest difference. So now super tiebreak, guys. So 4-1 Jakub, 4-1 tennis guy Michal. Yeah, that's me with the cap, and first point in the super tiebreak. So guys, super tiebreak is super long. Actually, super tiebreak is like, let's say, 3 games, so, or more. It can be more, like 4 games. Look at the slice, so beautiful slice with the racket. It is just great. Now good forehand. And he felt he is too much under pressure, and he felt like he needs to turn it into his favor. So he risked the forehand long line, but he wasn't there with his legs. Once again, the movement is the key, guys. Instead of risking it, he should have played the neutral shot, a longer shot with topspin, a long shot in the center of the court, just to relax a little bit, not just to hit it with a risky in this risky position. Look at that neutral shot from me. Once again, neutral shot, nothing special. I'm just waiting for the best opportunity. Now he pushed me. Okay, so the previous shot I should have played a little bit better. So I was playing like 3 neutral shots in a row, and it was let's say too much. It was too much. 1-1. First serve didn't really feel as powerful as I want to have it, and look at that double fault. What a mistake. And when this happens, you need to react to that situation and tell yourself, why did you make double fault in this case? So it was because I'm afraid of the point, or I'm unfocused, or what was the case? So there was a lack of energy, and as always during serve, the leg work is also very important. And this sliced backhand, oh, that hurt. So 3-1 for Jakub. And you might be thinking, oh, 3-1, that's good. Yeah, it's good, but it's far away from the last point. And I know that from many of the super tiebreaks I did play. Most of the times I play the super tiebreaks in Austria, where I play Austrian league, and I'm very experienced, and I know that the super tiebreak is so long. You need to stay in the situation, in the match, for the very last point. So just pick up the ball. That shows also confidence when you are doing this. Well done. Nice return, long line. Wow, nice. That was a nice job from Jakub. Nice lob, and then he went in front of the net, more inside the court. He was anticipating that my counter stroke will be short. The counter lob, let's say, would be short, and he finished the point very well. So 4-2 for Jakub. But still, I have serve, and I will come back. It might look now that he's once again playing a little bit better, for sure, because we know that we have, let's say, a third set now, and that changes his mentality or his mental strength a little bit. So he can be refreshed by the fact that the second set is over, and he can focus on another, let's say, task in the third set, in this case in the super tie break. So 4-3 for Jakub. Now he's serving. So this was a stupid mistake from me. I'm not sure what I was thinking. What was that? It was late. And when you're late there, you need to play it safe back. You can't risk it. 5-3. Neutral shot in the middle. Long ball. Once again, a long ball. Very long ball. So, guys, I know now it looks like it is going really well for Jakub. But you will see that there are small details in tennis that can change the match. So never give up. Never ever. That is a stupid mistake from Jakub. Why? In a difficult position, he was risking his forehand, and I believe that there was no chance the ball can go in court, because he was hitting it very late in an awkward position. He just rushed the ball because of the score. I'm playing quite easy now. Look at this mistake. Look at this mistake. Also, a very close out, and that hurts. That hurts because it is 7-4 now, and Jakub is just 3 points away from winning the match. Whew. Maybe I was a little bit lucky in this situation. I risked the backhand with a quite fast shot, and he hit it too late. His sliced backhand. And it was some kind of a, let's say, drop shot, but he wasn't able to play it the way it would have lead the ball over the net. But it was a close one, so maybe I got a little bit lucky. So watch out for more. 7-5, Jakub. Unforced error. So once again, I played a neutral return. And in this situation, when it is 7-6 and I'm serving right now, so what is going through my mind is that now I need to do also something to create a little bit pressure on him. Ooh, that was a nice forehand shot, long ball. It was very close. I believe I hit maybe the line, and that's why he hit the forehand too late. So 7-7. It looks now good for me. 7-7, and I'm serving. I'm taking my time. That's a good sign. Yeah! And this is the deciding shot, guys. This is the shot that decided this match. So my aggression, my, let's say, risky attack on the net was worth the risk, was worth it, as you can see. But now I made another stupid easy mistake. Why so short? Why so risky backhand? Why didn't I play a high backhand back? So 8-8. Now he's picking up the ball. Good. Good. Or he was just throwing the ball away. Aggressive forehand. Once again, good forehand, inside out on his slice. Yes, good, good, good. I was like, I need to do something more. I need to do something more. So 9-8 for me, match point. I'm serving, and in this case, when I was going to serve, I was thinking in my head, now I will play the second serve very safe. And I will leave it on Jakub to do something. And I was pretty sure he will do a mistake because he is stiff. As you can see on the return, he's just standing there. He's not, let's say, pumping him up. And look at that. Easy serve, easy mistake. He was staying too much outside of the court. And I had won. So guys, this was great match with the ARTENGO racket. I loved it so much. I enjoyed it so much. I hope you enjoyed the match as well, the commenting, because that is a great fun. That is a great fun. So if you like this video, you can support me by buying me a coffee, or you can buy any of the shirts that are on the store on my website. I will post a link below in the description of the video. And as always, comment, share your experience, tell me what you think about the racket, what you think about the match, what is interesting for you. And yes, enjoy tennis, play tennis every time, every day, and don't forget to enjoy the maneuverability. Thanks for watching, guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious. That ball was on the line.